record straight. You and me, we ain't nothing alike. Let's set the record straight. Those words you say, they hold no weight, they like. Let's set the record straight. You'll never break the...
Hello everyone, welcome back to another Diecast review. Now, this one is kind of unpopular for a few reasons. Maybe more than a few. So, first thing, this is the Ty Gibbs Championship Diecast. Couple things that people do not like about the driver, the diecast, and a couple other things. So, yeah, this was a diecast that a lot of people don't like because it has the championship logo on top, which personally I understand, but I like it. I do. Not because, like, okay, I get it if you are upset about, like, them having, for example, this is something I don't understand. If they made this championship car, why didn't they just go ahead and make it the other version of it being the 54 on top instead of the championship? You know, change a couple logos here and there, and then boom, you got a brand new Ty Gibbs paint scheme that would probably sell, you know, pretty well. We did get a Interstate Batteries paint scheme, but it was the throwback. It was not this, specific scheme. Same sponsor, different scheme, different tires, different race completely. So, a lot of people are upset because, one, it's Ty Gibbs. At this point in time, everybody hated Ty Gibbs for the most part. People seem to have kind of chilled out on him now. But back then, oh boy, public enemy number one for sure. Dumping teammates, being, you know, quote, silver spoon, all that fun stuff. So, not a very popular car. But just, I mean, Ty Gibbs, he's like, what, 20-something, 21, 22, maybe a little older than that, maybe a little younger than that. I'm not too sure, but this, okay, no matter what you say, kid's got talent for sure. But at the same time, he did some very, not unforgivable, some, you know, not really good choice things while racing, you know, getting dumping teammates, causing fights, all kinds of stuff, right? But he was declared the champion. He did get a pretty good amount of wins. Don't remember how many. Don't remember where they were. But, I mean, kid did really good. But the one thing I personally cannot get over is how he won the championship. But I'll talk about that in a second because I just realized I kind of missed something in my point that I was making. I understand if people are, like, upset that this car got made and just like a standard version of this car didn't. What I mean is, again, like just putting the 54 on top. Why couldn't they just do that? It would have been awesome because you would have had a brand new Ty Gibbs car that you could have sold, you know, fairly easily. I understand if you're upset about that. I get that. I'm with you. I understand completely. But if you're just hating on it just because it's the championship car and it, quote, ruined a paint scheme, I mean, yeah, fair. I guess I can see that. But at the same time, it's also like, I don't know, it's still a Ty Gibbs car, and I know, like, not a lot of people like the championship cars, but I do personally, just because, like, it's kind of like a little stamp of history. Like, this was the winner, or the championship winner for that year. So it's kind of like a stamp, like, boom, this is who overcame the whole season and got the championship. If that makes any sense. So, like, I mean, you can just look at the diecast and be like, oh, he won that championship, but it doesn't say when unless you look at the box, and it says 2022, but it doesn't say, like, 2022 champion, it just says champion, you know, it's not really dated by any means, other than the box itself. But I don't know, I mean, I like it, I know a lot of people don't, but also it makes pretty good donors. I'm pretty sure, or no, it wasn't this car, it was the Darlington car I made a donor of for the Martinsville race win from Ty Gibbs. And I made some other race win. He had 124. I just turned that into the Martinsville win. But yeah, so I'm also working on those projects now. I'm not done with them, but I will be soon. But anyway, back to the car. I mean, yeah, Ty Gibbs wasn't a fan favorite by any means. Pretty hated. I mean, he's quite the opposite of the fan favorite. So yeah, in the 2022 season for Xfinity Series, he was not liked for several reasons. Again, dumping teammates, all that fun stuff I kind of mentioned earlier. Yeah, just somebody, a lot of people actually, was not a fan of him. The one thing I cannot get over is last year at the championship finale race, or season finale race. 3 junior motorsports cars, 3 of them, in the final 4 versus 1 Toyota. And the frickin' Toyota won. That's what I'm mad about. 3 junior cars had the chance, 3 good ones, had the chance to do it, and they fluked it. They flunked it. They're gone. I'm like, oh, God, it was so sad. I wanted Gragson to win so bad. Even last year, or the year before, I wanted him to win championship too, but, that didn't happen. But, dude, that would have been amazing to see one of the junior cars get a championship. That would have been incredible. It would have been a great thing for Dale Jr., obviously. But I got beat by a freaking Toyota. And it was Ty Gibbs. Is like, oh my goodness, man. That sucks. It's like a punch to the gut. I mean, it really sucked. But yeah. Anyway, I still like the paint scheme. Don't get me wrong, paint scheme's cool. But I understand if somebody's upset that the 54 car did not get produced with just the Interstate Batteries logos and paint scheme instead of just the championship car being produced. I understand that, but I like them. I mean, they're okay. I notice I'm talking a lot. I'm so sorry. We're 6 minutes in. I didn't even get the diecast review started. I'm sorry. Let's go ahead and get this diecast review underway. I did not mean to take so long. Here's the diecast out of the box, and I like the paint scheme, but it's sadly a paint scheme we've seen before from Kyle Busch. And I think maybe like 1 or 2 other drivers, but Kyle Busch has ran this pretty much exact same paint scheme. I don't know if it was 2020 or 2021 that he ran it. I don't remember the year, but it was this exact paint scheme because they switched it up. I remember it was from the weird like zebra car, and then they switched it to this car, and a lot of people like this car or this type of paint scheme better. So we've seen the paint scheme before, seen the driver before, seen a diecast from this driver before, but it's just a championship car for that year. So of course, you got all the purple for the playoffs and stuff. I'm a sucker for the playoff stuff. You guys know that. But yeah, so it's still a pretty cool little car nonetheless. So let's actually go ahead and get into the diecast review now, instead of just talking forever and, taking up your time. Again, I apologize. I just kind of got carried away. Interstate Batteries right there. There's the Interstate Batteries logo again, for whatever reason. Toyota got the lightning bolts all across the car here with the green background. Xfinity, and of course Gibbs on the banner. And then of course got the NASCAR Xfinity Series champion on top of the roof with some more lightning bolts in the background. Got Gibbs on the rear windshield, and got Interstate Batteries on the deck lid. Looks like got a little bit of wrinkling going on. Oh no, that's actually just a missing piece of decal. That's nice. And then you got the back end here, Interstate Batteries, Toyota. Then you got the John 316. I always love that. Got the Supra taillights back there, the Toyota badge, GR Supra. I am second and 54 with the purple spoiler, sorry, just because of, the playoffs. Of course, you got to have all that stuff there. Interstate Batteries, nothing on the quarter panel here on either side. Interstate 70 years, I didn't know that. That's kind of cool. Simon's, Mac Tools, Interstate Batteries once again. Sherman-Williams, Lincoln Welders, and Mobile One. Got the little exhaust down there. 54, got the little round of one, I guess you could call that. Even though it's not round of, it's just a little one because he was, the champion. He's the final one left. Xfinity Series champion, Mobile One, Lincoln Welders, Arrowhead there. Let's see, got Ty Gibbs. What was that, 7 winter stickers? 1, 2, 3, 7. I'll put them over the screen here if I can remember. Ty Gibbs, got the Toyota logo there. I forgot what that was. Sports Clips and Joe Gibbs. And let's see, got the Goodyear logo there. Got Simpson ARP, messed up decal on the bottom. And Sunoco, got the 54. Got the Supra front end, looks pretty clean. Of course, you got the purple splitter for the playoffs. And then, same size as the other side. Same side is the same as the other side is what I meant to say. But also, something I kind of forgot to talk about. This paint scheme wasn't even the paint scheme that was won in. He won in the Monster scheme. So you may be wondering, well, why didn't they produce it? Well, for several years now, Monster said, no, you cannot put our logos on the cars in 1/64 scale for I guess it's for some type of kid reason or selling the children because it's technically a toy. But I mean, honestly, the online ones are more collectible than the ones in the store. And I didn't understand that. Monster is kind of a turd for that because we get beer sponsors online in the Gold Series. Heck, sometimes in the Authentics line when they slip up. But we get beer sponsors in the Gold Series. which is super age restricted, and like an energy drink like Monster, we don't get it all. Period. None. Nada. But we get like A Shock and stuff, which is also an energy drink. And all that fun stuff from Elliott there for like a couple years. So, I don't know. Monster's just kind of a loser, personally. It's a personal attack. Kind of a loser on that. But, I mean, now they don't even produce the Monster cars in 124. They don't allow it anymore. Monster said, nope, we don't want anything to do with NASCAR in terms of getting diecast made or whatever. They just said, no, F y'all, I'm gone. I mean, basically, that's what they said. I mean, we can't get anything produced. So now everybody's going to make their own custom stuff. Hence why I got to make the custom race win for Martinsville in 124 scale and 164 technically. But yeah, we're not allowed to have that anymore. So that's why the Monster car was not produced. And for whatever reason, Lino decides to take an alternate paint scheme and makes it the Xfinity and Cup like championship cars for whatever freaking reason. I don't really understand that. I don't know. I'm just here to review the diecast and complain about a couple things whenever need be. So with that being said, yeah, that's all I got to say for this car and for this driver. Again, I apologize, sincerely apologize for taking so long. I did not mean to take 6 minutes just to explain the lore of Ty Gibbs that everybody probably already knew. But yeah, anyway, with that being said, I'm going to head on out. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, even though I talked forever. But I will see you in the next video.